In the vast silence of space, more than 7 trillion miles from Earth, a quiet signal awakens the human imagination. A flicker. A shimmer. A pattern etched into darkness. From the direction of Proxima Centauri b, a rocky world orbiting our nearest stellar neighbor, comes something no one expected to see. A glow. Not scattered. Not random. But gathered, localized, rhythmic. City lights. At least, that's what the data suggests. The James Webb Space Telescope, our greatest eye in the void, has captured a thermal signature unlike anything seen before. Infrared patterns, shaped, repeating, stretch across the dark side of the planet like electric veins. These are not volcanic emissions. They do not resemble the chaotic glow of auroras. Instead, they pulse. They cluster. They behave like the light of civilization. Could it be? Could there be cities on Proxima b? A world alive in the shadows, thriving beneath a red sun? Could the silence of space be hiding luminous proof that we are not alone? For decades, our instruments have listened for voices from the stars. We pointed radio dishes skyward. We waited for a signal. But maybe we were listening to the wrong thing. Maybe the cosmos doesn't speak in sound. Maybe it speaks in light. Dr. David Kipping and his team noticed something strange in the data. A night side that should have been cold was instead glowing faintly. Not everywhere. But in tight, specific regions. The patterns matched no known geology. No seasonal weather system. No natural heat retention. Instead, they looked structured. Like the light grid of a city seen from orbit. Not once, not a fluke. But consistent, across multiple rotations. Could this be a civilization harnessing solar power during the short day and lighting their world at night? Could we be glimpsing planetary infrastructure, vast fields of panels, batteries, power stations, grids? Or perhaps, something else entirely? The night lights may be artificial. Or they may be nature playing tricks we don't yet understand. But one thing is certain, they are different. Unique. They defy what we expect of a quiet, rocky exoplanet locked in orbit around a red dwarf. Proxima Centauri b completes a full orbit in just over 11 Earth days. Tidally locked, one side always faces its star, blazing day. The other side lies in perpetual darkness. And yet, that dark side glows. The JWST detected thermal anomalies that pulse with eerie precision. Light in the darkness. Order in the void. A message? Or a mirror? SETI researchers, long accustomed to silence, now reconsider their approach. Maybe the first sign of alien life isn't a broadcast, but an unintentional leak. The warm breath of a world going about its day. The flickering veins of life beneath unfamiliar skies. Some speculate on solar arrays. Others imagine subterranean cities, venting heat upward through massive infrastructure. Some even dream of bioluminescent lifeforms, entire ecosystems glowing softly in the dark, evolved in eternal night. Whatever the truth, we are closer than ever to answering the question that has haunted us for centuries. Are we alone? New instruments are coming. The extremely large telescope will soon peer deeper. Starshade missions will block out stellar glare, revealing planets in full color and detail. Soon, we may see the atmosphere of Proxima b, detect oxygen, water, methane. Maybe even pollution. Or, signs of industry. Maybe we'll see lights turn on and off. Grids respond to eclipses. Storms roll over cities we can't yet name. Maybe we'll see motion. Structures. Reflections. Evidence that something intelligent stirs beneath the red glow of Proxima Centauri. But for now, we watch. We listen. We wait. Because somewhere out there, within minutes, the world reacted. Not with silence. But with awe. With terror. With wonder. News networks scrambled to cover it. Lights on an exoplanet? It was a headline no one had ever expected to read. Some called it a glitch. Others, a cosmic coincidence. But the data held firm. Night after night, the lights returned. Same positions. Same intensity. Same rhythm. As if something, or someone, was down there, switching them on. Governments convened emergency science councils. Religious leaders spoke of ancient texts and prophecies. Social media exploded. Aliens trended globally. But deep in research labs, something else stirred. Curiosity. Calculation. A quiet, rising certainty. This wasn't just a coincidence. It was intent. Humanity stood on the threshold of its greatest realization, that we may not be the only architects of technology in the universe. Questions came fast. Are they peaceful? Do they know we're watching? Should we respond? Could they see us, too? And if so, what do they see when they look back? Radio telescopes once again turned to Proxima Centauri, combing the void for signals. None came. Just silence. But perhaps silence is the wrong language. So, we shifted. Lasers were discussed. Flashes of encoded light. Mathematical sequences beamed toward the red star. But others warned, don't speak. Not yet. What if we're being watched, not contacted? What if the lights are not a message, but bait? Caution warred with curiosity. Caution lost. Within weeks, Earth transmitted its first directed light signal toward Proxima Centauri b, a binary greeting. Simple math. The prime numbers. The golden ratio. A universal hello. We would wait 4 years to know if it was received. And maybe longer for a reply. But even in the waiting, something changed. Art shifted. Music evolved. People looked up more. The old question, are we alone, was no longer philosophical. It was scientific. It was urgent. It was real. Human culture began preparing for a future no longer limited to Earth. The discovery of the night lights reshaped our politics. Our ambitions. Our fears. A new generation grew up under different stars, children who might one day walk the soil of another world. Who might one day speak to beings whose cities lit the eternal dark. Yet not everyone believed. Skeptics remained. They pointed to natural explanations, geothermal heat, exotic minerals, atmospheric anomalies. And maybe they were right. But belief wasn't the point. Hope was. Hope, wrapped in uncertainty, dancing just beyond reach. And so we built new telescopes. New spacecraft. New listening arrays on the moon's far side. We didn't stop at one anomaly. We searched for more. And slowly, quietly, we began to find them. Glows, flickers, echoes. Not just at Proxima b, but further. Deeper. Signs of heat, in places where no sun should shine. Signs of structure, on planets long thought dead. A pattern was emerging. One that suggested a galaxy not silent, but subtle. Not empty, but ancient. Maybe we had been listening wrong. Maybe the universe doesn't shout. Maybe it hums. And maybe, finally, we were learning to hear it. Would you like part 3 to follow this? It could explore humanity's first confirmed response from Proxima b, or an unexpected